Hi, I'm Nick, and this is my tutorial on how to do something important. So you're going to start out with a bunch of index cards. They need to be plain white index cards, no lines on them, or lines would be okay too. You're going to get these plain white index cards and you're going to put them in an array. You're going to stick them all together in a sort of random pattern. And you're going to draw a spiral that goes along all the index cards. You're going to paint on this spiral. You're going to paint green and red and yellow and orange, all these different colors all over the spiral. It's going to be a beautiful spiral that spirals out from the center, and now you have this beautiful piece of art, you have this beautiful spiral. You're going to destroy your piece of art, you're going to break it apart, you're going to take apart the index cards very carefully, remove all the tape from the index cards, remove the pieces of tape one by one. Now you've turned this one piece of art into like 20 different pieces of art. You have all these individual index cards that are all these beautiful works of art. Now that you have 20 beautiful works of art, you're going to do a dance. You're going to stand in front of a green screen and you're going to do a dance. You're going to dance around.
It'll make sense in the end.
Now that you've done your dance, you know that the party is really going to get started because you're going to keep working on the art. The dance is part of the art. The dance wasn't just a celebration. The dance is going to be incorporated into the art as well. Isn't that so exciting? So you have this array of individual index cards. You know what I see when I see lots of rectangles? I think of frames of a video. I think of individual video frames, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to turn this into an animation. You're going to take this dance and you're going to put it into your video editing program. You're going to boost all the contrast. You're going to make all the features really easy to distinguish from one another when there's something obscuring the features, because there will be something obscuring the features in a minute. You're going to take the index cards and you're going to put them on top of the computer screen, and you're going to trace it onto the index cards. You're going to need it to be really dark. You'll have to either do it at night or you'll have to like put a cloth over your head or something so that you'll be able to see the computer screen through the index card. And if you can see the computer screen through the index card, that means you can trace over it and you can trace the dance onto the index card, just like that. Once you have all the pencil trace, once you have all the pencil drawings of the dance, you can fill that in. You can get a bright orange colored pencil. You'll want a pencil that can draw on top of the other colors. It's a really nice, sharp, bold colored pencil. This will make the person dancing really pop out in front of the background. And for every frame you'll draw it, you'll trace over it with pencil, and then you'll fill it in with orange. Now once you have all these frames, you can put them together. You can use it like a flip book. You can flip through it. You can flip through the animation and see all the individual frames. And you can see it as one cohesive thing, as a movement, a moving work, a moving dance. The dance will loop. You had to make sure that the dance looped, by the way. I didn't say that earlier, but if you're going to do this, make sure that the dance is one that can repeat, because then it can repeat as a looping animation forever, for all of eternity. Now that you have your flipbook, that's a cool form of animation. A flipbook's a really pretty cool animation. But what if we also scan it in and make it into a digital animation? We're going to take each frame, we're going to put it on the scanner, we're going to scan in each frame. We're going to put it all together into an animation, and now we can just repeat it over and over forever, as long as we want. This animation is one of the finished results. This is one of the goals of our project. But now that we have this animation, there's more we can do. We can take these pieces, we have it all documented in the animation, we have all the pictures. So now we're going to put them back together into their original painting. We're going to use it like a puzzle. We're going to piece together every index card, back where it goes, back where it came from. And each index card is going to fit right next to all the other index cards. And it'll be a beautiful reunion. But now there's more than just the spiral. There's all these people sticking out from all the different corners of the index cards. It's like an uninhabited city suddenly has a population, bringing life to the city. When all the index cards are so tightly squished together, we can't really see the people too well. We're going to untape them, we're going to tape them apart, and we're going to spread them out. We're going to give them space between each other so that you can see the people better. And now we have all these empty white gaps between the index cards. Those look kind of cool, but what if we fill them in? What if we fill them in with marker? What if we take some blue and purple markers and fill in all the gaps, fill in all the white, until we filled it all in and we have a new work of art, a brand new work of art that's different from the one we had before, that's different from the animation, that's different from the individual index cards. We had one piece of art, we had 20 pieces of art. It came all back together into one piece of art as the animation, and now it's a second piece of art. It's the original piece of art, but different, with the expanded out sections and all the people there. Now that we have that, now we have the piece of art done. We have it all taped together, and we have our animation, and there it is. We have it. We have the animation. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to come back next week for the next project.